What's up, traders? Johnny here, and I got another exciting video and live stream for you today. We are going to be talking about how you can set up a WeBull account and start trading and learning how to trade right now, literally right now as we talk about it. We're going to go over exactly that. All that I ask is that you like and subscribe to this channel if you find value in that. Okay, guys? So, as you can see here, we're going to reset this account. Now, I did reset this account for the new year to showcase how simple it can be to start a YouTube challenge or a investing challenge for yourself. Now, I did start my journey, believe it or not, with $10 like most people actually do. Let me showcase that to you really quick. As you can see, I started an account with $300. It was actually a lot less. It was $5. I got a free share when a few people signed up for the link. And I was able to consistently grow this account 1 to 3% a day until eventually I was able to surpass over $30,000. And guys, that 1 to 3% a day definitely has a little different of a feeling than back when I started. So I only showcase that to you because I want to implement that. I want to implement this into your head, right? 1 to 3%, no matter how you look at it, is always going to be 1 to 3%. Now, any amount you invest, whether it's 100, 1,000, 10,000, 3% is 3%, okay? And with that said, we're going to showcase that to you now with a paper trading account. I'm going to show you my thought process on why I took specific trades, what to look for on these specific trades, and also how I was even able to find these. I made 9 trades on Friday on leap year when the markets were a little choppy, and was still able to make all 9 profitable trades. Not a single one of them was a losing trade. Some of them didn't make as much as others, but overall, we were able to make this much. Now, I can't put this week because we are into a new week. Technically, it is Sunday when I'm recording this, but it says a month. But this was literally in a single day, which is just fantastic. I believe I can go to account here. Yeah, here we go. One day, and this also shows the positions a little better, how much I put into each one, the unrealized P&Ls for when to sell, and why I didn't in the first place. Now, these are going to be long-term plays. Now, I could have day traded these, made and actually locked in the whole $300. But what we're doing is we're going to swing trade them over the weekend and double, if not triple, this number. Now, we have already made 1% of the $25,000 that you could set this account up with, and we only actually used about 11,000 of our money when we started investing. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Thank you for spending some time with us today, taking time out of your day to be here. So with that said, guys, it's fairly simple to set up a paper trading account. Now, as you can see, when you first get into this, you're probably going to get into your main account screen. Now, I don't want to share that at the moment with the public. If you want to see my public trading account, I am doing a $0 to $25,000 challenge on the Robinhood app, and I have a ton of videos for that as well. I also do live day trading on Monday mornings when the market opens. And for all of you who are also new here, I do have a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for, link below in the description, and you can see my weekly videos all wrapped up into one. And I did talk about how to start paper trading last week. Now, this week it's all about how to set it up. So as you can see here, you got into probably a watch list here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the last one. The 8th one down is a paper trading account. Now, right here, as you can see, it does say $25,000. You can reset this simply by going here, putting the amounts that you want to invest in. Now, I'm not sure you can do $1,000 or maybe $10,000. We will maybe try that in the next challenge. But here I wanted to implement a typical day in what a trader could look forward to. Now, $25,000 to some may be a lot, and to some it may not, but I think $25,000 is pretty substantial, and it's a good amount to use to day trade. Now, why day trade with $25,000? Well, it's simple, guys. The $25,000 is going to enable you to bypass the PDT rule, which is basically a cap on how much you can trade per week. That by the only way you can get past that is if you trade 3 times in a 5-day period. That's it. That is the cutoff. Get 3 trades. So if you buy in the morning and you sell in the afternoon on the same day, that's 1. You do that 3 times in a week, that's 3 times. Now you can do 3 day trades in a single day when you have over $25,000. There is no PDT rule past that minimum. So that is kind of what we're doing here. We're mimicking that effect of not having to worry about day trading as much. As you can see here, we do have 9 positions open, but I didn't day trade a single one. So I do still have that mentality over the last couple years of basically knowing when to day trade and know when to swing trade. I also used my day trades for the week. I had multiple day trades. Now I do showcase that on my channel on other videos for the week. And I have been putting out videos almost every single day, if not every other day, showcasing exactly this, my thoughts, why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing, and stuff like that. So now when you go to the paper trading account, this is a US stock paper trading. This is somewhat what it looks like. Now you can customize this. You can drag these around. This is a watch list, and you can actually, add a watch list right here. Put in a name. We're going to put test list for our guys here. Thank you, thank you. And okay, so now we have a test list. Now you can add some. It says top volume here. We're going to go ahead and just plus that and go to this little star. Now you have some shares or stocks on your watch list. Now when you click on one, all of these should change with each one accordingly. Now if that's not happening, then you need to simply go here to one of these, or if not, all of these little colors, and you will then need to select the correct color for each one. Now you can have multiple colors, different colors, stuff like that. But for, of course sake, we are just using this one. Now, this is your watch list, obviously, right here. This is a chart, and we will go over some charting very soon. This is working orders that have not been filled. Filled orders, as you can see, I do have filled orders here. Canceled orders, I do have a few canceled orders. Failed orders, which you don't necessarily ever want. You don't want failed orders. And then all. Okay, so this is where all your orders are going to be. I like to look at working orders. Those are very important when you are trading. And I like to actually open this up a little bit more and, maybe bring it across just slightly like that. I'll also bring my buy and my sell over here. Okay, and see, here's my positions. Now I can follow my positions all day if I want. And there's my positions there. Okay, we could also open up the watch list. And these are our ticks. And we're just going to slide this all over. This is kind of how I like to set mine up. And as you can see, it's fairly simple to do. Just kind of dragging the boxes, moving them around. Now you don't necessarily need this long if you don't want it super long. Keep it short like that. You can condense it. Okay. Oh, there's our ticks. We want our ticks. Okay, so ticks are what the market is doing at that time of day at the moment. We're actually going to go like this, and there we go. We have now set up our paper trading account. And you could also put the working and filled right here under it if you want. I believe. Work this one above it. Yep, just like that. Nope, I guess not. I'll just stick it down there for now. Okay, and then we're going to expand this a little. All right, so basically there you go. Now you can set it up however you want. Okay, it's fairly simple. You just seen me do it. And here is where the fun part starts, guys. Okay, this is where the bonus comes in. Now you learned how to set this up. You learned how to create a watch list. Okay, and as you get in here, we are going to show you some more things. We're going to show you drawings, indicators, line styles, and then we can even have comparison charts so you can compare other stocks with themselves. Now, this does look a little cluttered. You can change it up however you want. Okay, this is my style right here. Let me show you my trading style. Cleaner, a little bit better, right? I have news as well. Once you get a little bit more into trading a little bit more actively, then there is news, and you can actually play off that news, as well as learning the tickers and everything else that goes along with it. Now, back to paper trading. We are going to look at AMD. Okay, so when looking at a company to trade, this is the bonus content now. All right, I don't want to make this live stream too long today, so I'm going to limit it. But first, a quick word from our not sponsor, but I want you guys to start your investing journey. Sign up with MooMoo. You can get free shares, 15 free shares to be exact, and 8% on your uninvested cash. This is a great opportunity to start your journey. There's also a link for WeBull and Robinhood below. I have multiple accounts. I have one for day trading, one for swing trading, and one for long term that I don't even look at talking about selling out of. Check those out. They're definitely worth setting up, and you get free money and free shares just for signing up with those accounts, guys. So pretty fantastic. Here we are going on 12 minutes. Not bad. Okay, so AMD, back to the chart here. As you can see, this is paper trading. This is a paper trading, not a real trade. Okay, which is great for beginners who want to learn how to invest and are a little bit nervous and can't necessarily or don't necessarily want to put their money in right now, but they still want to learn. That's the great part about paper trading, is that you can. Okay, so I'm going to show that to you now. And so yeah, so let's get into it. All that I ask is that you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you find value in this, that's the main point. If you find value in this, then definitely smash that like button for me. Now, we are looking at a one-day chart, which is hard to believe, right? This is hard to believe. So right here in drawings, there's a trend line, horizontal line, vertical line, poly, extended. Now there's a lot of different indicators. And if you guys find value in this and you want me to dive even deeper into this, then I definitely can do that. So right here, if you were to buy in at this point, showing consolidation or showing that it has an upward momentum, say at $100, you would now be looking at a 100% appreciation in less than 120 days. Now you're like, whoa, 120 days? What is that, like a half a year? Well, no, it's like 4 months. But in 4 months, you could have doubled your money. Now, $100 is not necessarily a lot to double. But if you had 10 grand in 4 months, you could have 20 grand. Guys, this really is not rocket science, and I try to talk to some of our members and share this with them, that it actually is fairly simple when you have good companies, good setups, and a bull run market like we are experiencing right now. 100% increase on your investment on AMD alone. Now you're like, well, I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, you don't need thousands of dollars. You invest what you want to invest, and you can make double what you invested. Now, as a paper trader, this is a great opportunity to show risk, to show reward, the benefits of both, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, say this didn't work. We're going to go way back. Say you bought in here, right here. You're like, whoa, I'm going to buy. Totally going to buy. And what if it didn't go up, okay? And it just dropped like the way it did here. Well, its previous low is about 93.12. So you go about 93.12. Maybe that's about as much as you want to go, because I don't want to go any more than that. That's 15% loss on your account. Now, this, of course, is if it were to go down. Now, I would have stopped way up here. If this candlestick would not have broke and would have continued to go down, I would have stopped and had a stop loss in place right here at between the 3% and 5% mark. Now, to me, I'm only going to lose $3 to $5, 3 to 5%, I'm sorry, per $100. So yeah, it would be $3 or $5 per $100 or per share if I bought it at $100 mark. Okay, cool. I buy 10 shares, that's $1,000. Okay, it goes down 3%. I lose 3 times 10 shares, that's 30 bucks. Now I lose $30 and I get out and I wait for another opportunity to buy this big run up again. There's nothing in the rule book saying you have to hold the company once you buy it. Once you own it forever. No, that's not true. You don't have to own it. That's the whole point of trading. You could buy, sell, hold. And I want you guys to make sure that you know that I'm not a financial advisor. That's pretty obvious. Obviously, I'm not in a fancy office or anywhere. This is not financial advice. I cannot tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I can only show you what I'm doing in the stock market to beat it. What I'm doing to beat the stock market. Okay, a lot of my channel focuses on safe, long-term hold strategy. That's what I've done for many years. That's what a lot of my subscribers and my fans are used to. And we can make anywhere from 10 to 20 and even 30% a year on the long-term strategy, like investing in passive income, monthly paying stocks, going off their appreciation as well as their dividend plays. But with this, okay, you could make 40% a month, 20 to 40% in a single month, and then use those profits to then put into your safe long-term investments. I'm not using all my money, I'm using some of my money. And that's another thing as well. And that's a video for another time. This seems like I'm talking about a lot of basics for investing, but that's what it is here. We're investing for beginners. We're learning together, right? And now after some years of doing it, actually 6+ years of investing, I think I've actually surpassed that beginner point in my life. And I want to share with you how you can get past the beginner point. Okay, so this is in a day. We're indicating an upward trend. What do you do with this? What do you do with this information now? Well, Johnny, that would have been great if you would have told me that back in October or November when I could have bought it at $100. Yeah, I've been talking about it. Where you guys been? You guys been sleeping? You guys been under a rock? Well, you're not watching my channel because I have been talking about this. Talk about this all the time. We get these setups, we get these plays, and we talk about it and we invest in it and we make money off of it. And I want you to do the same thing. That's why we're here today. That's why we're spending time learning this. So that's on the daily. Find an upward trend on the daily. You don't want to find a downward trend. Look at this. Would you invest in that? That looks scary. That looks real scary. It went up 65% and then it dropped 30, and then it was like, I'm gonna fake you guys out, I'm gonna go up another 15. That's where investors would buy, and then it just boom, it bombed 70% on top of the 30%. What is that overall? Remember trendline, guys. Trendline shows you what you want to know. 73% in 200 days. Exact same scenario, flipped. $100 here in 4 months, or I'm sorry, 100% growth, 100% appreciation, 100% profit in 4 months, or 80% loss on your account. And that is what makes investing so scary for new investors. This simple fact that if you're not paying attention, you could lose a lot of money. And that's not what we want here. Okay? That's why I created a newsletter. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about for the week. What are my plans? What are we doing? What are we talking about? That's why I have a group here of over 70,000 members. We also have a Discord now. I put out my daily watch lists for you. I put out setups that you can check and that you can just paper trade them. Nothing wrong with paper trading, guys. Nothing wrong with paper trading at all. So don't invest in companies that go down. Okay, this is still part of the bonus content. Now, once you have your upward trend line here at the daily, check out the 4 hour. How's the 4 hour doing? Well, the 4 hour is nuts. It went completely bonkers. Okay, now we're going to create horizontals. Now, what are horizontals? These are going to be our support levels and our resistance levels. Now, I'm going to flip them. You think red would be bad. Red is a good indication that it's bad. But in fact, for us, we want blue or green to indicate a buy signal. We want to buy at the support. We want to buy at the floor. And we want to sell and lock in those profits at the ceiling. Okay, think of the top right here as a ceiling. It broke through that ceiling. So now we are going to sell and make some gold money. Okay, that's how I want you guys to look at these. I also want you guys to not only draw horizontals, but I want you to draw zones. Okay, guys? Zones are simple, and as you can see here, I'm just simply going to drawing, hitting horizontal, and I'm creating zone levels. These are called zone levels. Why are these important? I want you to think of it like this. Okay? Think of it like this. You're in your house. There is the floor. Okay, you're standing on the floor. You can't go through the floor. What happens if you went through the floor? You'd put a hole and there'd be damage, and that would drive your feet down farther than the floor, which is what this is. This is the floor. Now, what would you think happens when there's a hole? You fall down and the share price falls with it. Now, we're going to do that red. Okay, that is definitely a red. Hello, welcome. So, red is not good. We don't like red. Sorry about that. All right, so that's the floor. This is support. This is where we want to see a bounce. This is where we want to see some kind of consolidation or reaction where we have a potential to buy. Now, if it drops below this, this is where you would set your stop losses. Your stop losses would either be here or down depending on your risk tolerance. Now, we could talk about risk to reward ratios. If you find that that is valuable, leave a comment down below. And I also talk about it already. I have over 500 videos on stocks and investing alone. So definitely check out more of those after this live stream. Now, that's where your stop loss is going to be. If it hits this, you're out. You're done. All right, hey, I lost, maybe 2% to 5%, I would say is a pretty good stop loss for beginners. All right, I had $1,000. I lost 20, 30 bucks. Okay, move on to the next trade. Maybe you stop, you step away, you get out of the market for the day. Whatever the case is, but you're trading with the stop loss. Okay, let's lose 3%, not 60, not 20%, not 30%. We don't need to keep the bloodbath going. And there's no rules saying you have to hold the bag. Sell if the setup isn't there. Sell and get out. And don't try to push the reaction. Don't try to hope and dream and gamble your way to victory, because it's not going to happen. All right, now with that said, upside. What is this? Well, if this is the floor or the ground that you definitely don't want to fall through, but you potentially might want to buy it if the stock goes down. Okay, potentially. Now that's the floor. Well, what is this? Well, these golden bars, my friends, is the resistance. This is the ceiling. If you put your hands up and you go up as high as you can and you hit your hands on the ceiling, then you go, ow, and it hurts, and you bring your hands back down. I'm making a lot of weird movements, but anyways, you get the point. You bring your hands down because it hurt, and it creates a bounce. Do you see this right here? It went up and it bounced off the ceiling or the resistance and went drived back down to the floor. Now, it doesn't always have to go to the floor when it bounces from the ceiling, but it did touch, which would have been a buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here. Those would all been great buy indications to potentially have a great setup for two things, right? Either it's going to break this level here, it broke down and went down, and this was a strong indication. This giant red marker, this giant red ticker was a great indication that the market was going to go down. Then you have these three little soldiers here. They're like, no, it's not going to happen. And they actually corrected, bounced off of the floor, and boom, shot back up. Now, what happened when it shot back up? It hit the floor and it went up, and it hit its hands again on the ceiling and said, ow. And that ow created another pullback. As you can see on this pullback, it didn't quite make it back to the floor, which again, I just created these lines. These lines were non-existent about 10 minutes ago in this live stream. We're doing all this live right now for you guys. And this is a bonus just for being a member. Now, here we are. This breaks. Now that's a great indication that, I would say trend line changed, but did it really change? No, it didn't. Because we're investing in a company that has a solid trend line up. AMD is a solid company. If you would have invested at any single one of these points here and it dropped, you just have to simply wait for it to go back up and recover. If you bought at the peak at 150 and it went down to 133, you could have still held on to it and it would have went back up. That's the great part about companies that have a steady trend line of growth, a steady trend line moving up. For investors to practice these strategies. I messed up. Well, just wait on some time. Now, that's not always true for day trading. Long-term traders may be able to hold or see this trend line and say, I made a bad play. I don't necessarily want to get out because I wasn't watching that it was a 5% loss. Now I'm down 20, 30, 40%. Well, when you find a solid company like this, there's always a potential that it's going to go back up. Now, on a day trading aspect, you would set those stop losses, guys. Set those stop losses. Those are important. If you bought in right here, you're like, all right, cool. It went down, okay? It bounced. It went down. Well, I'd set a stop loss at 3%. In 2 days, you could have lost 3%, wiped your hands clean if you're swing trading, or just in 1 day. It went down 2%. I better get out. It didn't work, right? My play didn't do nothing today. There wasn't a lot of volume this day either, so I wouldn't necessarily trade this day. But again, that's just an example. Now, as you can see here, look at the volume on 222. There was amazing volume on February 22nd, along with more volume here. Now, when there's volume, there's high days and there's lower days when there's volume. There's more action going on. Now, this would have been a great play if it would have went down and I lost my theory or it didn't work out, my setup, it went down 2 or 3%, I'd get out. I would not wait for it to bounce at the 10% down mark and hope to get back up because you'd have to come all the way back up 10%. So cut your losses early rather than later. And don't hold on to positions overnight unless you want to hold them for more than, say, a month or two. Then that would be considered more like long-term swing trading or just long-term holding. After 6 months, you're just holding it long-term. But for the day, look at that. For 1 day, it went up 5.48%. Went up 5% in a single day. It broke this candle, which showed indication that it was going to create new highs. Now, it was already up 3% by the time it broke. And honestly, I probably would have waited to see signs of breaking before investing in it anyways. Now, for people that know these charts, who day trade and swing trade full time, are also looking at this 3% break. This 3% break is telling people, oh wow, this market is going, this is going up. This consolidation is no longer consolidating, it's actually broke to new highs. At that point, I would have considered here at the 184 and been able to drive another 10% profit in a single day. 10% profit, guys, in one day on $1,000 is $100. You make $100 on $1,000 every single day. You can take that money out and do whatever you want with it. Now, what's $100 a day times 5? That's $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month. Make sure there's no days that the stock markets are closed, but obviously there's going to be a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday in there somewhere where there's a market closed because of a national holiday or something, which is perfectly okay. Now, this is important because it basically showcases a lot of things. It showcases that we as traders can take advantage of the current market, and we can make more than simply 10% a month or 10% a year. We can make not only 10% in a year, which we can do. I talk about that a lot on the channel, long term. We can make 10% in a week. That's fantastic. 10% in a month is great. But what about 10% in a single day, guys? Well, I talk about this in my Discord channel, on my Facebook private group of over 70,000 members. We're already almost to 100,000 members combined in this trading, investing for beginners community. If you guys want to learn more about how you can trade, learn how to trade, learn how to grow your account to a reasonable amount to where you can actually start taking money out that makes sense. How would you like to take out $900 tomorrow because you had $30,000 to trade? Well, the only way you're going to get to that point, guys, is by simply starting today. Use a link below, sign up, it's free. Don't take any more time, don't hesitate anymore. Just sign up, get started. I gave you some tools here to use today on the live stream that you're able to incorporate into your journey in investing. It's literally free. You don't even need to put money in. You literally sign up with the link below. You get free shares of companies that you could then sell, cash out, use that money, and do whatever you want with. If you say, hey, Johnny, whatever you got, I got a free share out of you today. Hey, some of those shares are worth $170. Apple, Tesla, they're worth $180. Amazon, $180. You can sign up right now and make $180, cash out, walk away. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Or how about this? Instead, take that $180, start learning how to make 1 to 3% on your investment every single day, guys, and grow that account to money that you can actually use to pay bills. I love you guys. Thanks for watching this live stream. Watch some other great videos between long-term investing, monthly income and passive income, to stock trading, swing trading, how to trade the news, and how to overall make that portfolio go up instead of down. Thanks for watching, guys. I got a lot of new merch coming out to you. Hope you like it. I may throw the investing for beginners on the back, or maybe throw some ranks on there, like in newbie, investor, something like that, and then get your upgraded cap to like expert or something like that. So a lot of cool ideas coming, but a lot of great opportunities and moments to play in the market. Catch me later on today. I'm going to drop my watch list for tomorrow on Monday. That way you guys can see what I'm trading, what I'm watching, what I'm looking at, and some opportunities for you to potentially buy. So yeah, go watch some videos, and we'll see you in the next one.